Hey, this is Chan. I'm back again because I wanted to tell you about this TV show that I really love, and I want to tell you about it today because later tonight they're airing the last two episodes of the show. It just makes me so sad that they've canceled this show. It's called Downward Dog, and if you haven't heard of it, I really would recommend checking it out. It's such a great show, and I hope that they can find another network that has some sense and will let them continue because it really is such a special show. It's so different from pretty much every other show that's on TV. Okay, so yesterday I drew this picture of Ned. I tried to draw him anyways. I tried my best. This is Ned from Downward Dog, and he plays Martin. And I absolutely love this dog. He was actually at a shelter for over a year before they picked him to be, or before they found him, I should say, and picked him to be Martin. And they picked him because of his eyes, because he has such expressive eyes, and he kind of has a sad look about him, and he's so endearing. I love this dog. And he actually does have the best lines on the show. We get to hear what he's thinking, right? He says really funny things, and oftentimes he says really touching things. He's made me cry so many times. He's just really sweet. And I think if you just want to watch a show that's really heartfelt, I think you would really love this show. So I drew him on this. This is a Avery label sheet. They come in lots of different sizes. This is the one that's the full sheet, is one big label, but you can get ones that make, address labels and that kind of thing, right? And then there's different types, but this is the one that I like, and the reason I like this one is because it has this sort of a gray thing on the back of it, right? And that blocks out anything underneath. So they did that so that if you are reusing, shipping boxes, you can cover up old addresses that were printed on the boxes and that kind of thing, so you can cover up the addresses entirely. And the reason I like this is because it'll cover up stuff in, like, if you want to cover that up, it'll cover that rather than having other labels that are really thin. Sometimes you can just kind of see stuff through them, right? So I mean, the Hobonichi grid is really faint, but sometimes you might want to cover up certain things, like darker things like this, and so this label paper is pretty good for that. The only thing I would suggest is, see, when I drew him, I just started drawing his ear, and then I just went across and started drawing him, right? But I would recommend kind of, if you're gonna do something like this, to draw. I don't know if you can see this, but there are score lines. There are two big score lines in the sheet, right? So when I drew him, part of him kind of goes over the score line. See that? I don't know if you can see. So when I started coloring him with colored pencils, you can see the line. I don't know. You can kind of see where the line is. So I sort of bent this back and then used the edge of the pencil to kind of color the line so there wouldn't be like a white line there. And I used a uni pin pen to draw him. This is just a black fine liner, simple black fine liner. And I used a bunch of these Prismacolor pencils. So I didn't have, a brown that looked like his, his brown. So I actually used these two. I just colored, one layer of this and then went over it with this. And then I kind of went back and darkened it up a little bit with this. That's the nice thing about using colored pencils, is that you can layer the colors over each other and then you can get different shades, right? And I find that coloring with colored pencils is more forgiving. For me anyways, it's more forgiving than coloring with markers because you can do like really light shading and that kind of stuff, right? So I just try to color his little spots and things. So now I'm just going to cut him out and stick him on the page. I wanted to write out one of his quotes, one of the things he said on the show. Okay, so now we've got my Ned sticker here, and he's all cut out. I'm not going to stick him down just yet, though, because I want to write his quote here first before I stick the sticker down. So I'm just going to do that. And my lettering is going to be wonky, because it always is. Alright, so now I'm just going to color in these letters here with this Marby pen. This is the burgundy one. Okay, so I've colored in my lettering now, and you can see I've added a cute little dog page marker. This is from Hobonichi, and these little guys are also, they're all from the same set. And so now I'm going to stick on my Ned sticker. There you go. My lettering is kind of off to the right, but that's okay, right? It's more about the message. So in the episode, he was saying something like he and his human, her name's Nan, and he was saying that they're only about 60% compatible at best. But then he said, we have each other, and that's what's important. We're not alone, and for that, I'm honestly really, truly grateful. And I just love that line, because it just reminded me of Humble, so that's why I wanted to do this. So yeah, definitely check out the show. It's a great show, and they're airing the last 2 episodes tonight, so I really, really recommend it. Tune in, okay? Alright, well, thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. Alright, bye!